how many days in a row is this now where we've had a game-breaking bug, everyone? Well, look, the fog event is currently broken for PC players, which we sort of expected it, but we're also hoping it wouldn't happen. But we do have this new fog event, and so if you're a PC player like me, that means that you can't actually open up the event right now, but we will be going through the guides for the fog event today in the original state of the event. If it does change, I will update you. But if you open up the game on mobile, which I did just a few minutes ago here, as you'll see, we do have this fog event available to any players on their actual mobile devices. And so we have the new anonymous dragon available in this event, but the question is whether you want to go for the dragon or whether you want to go for the actual event items, because we do currently have a collection on right now. But, you know, you only need to log in once a day for the actual quest, not for the quest currency, for the actual reset currency, so it doesn't really matter too much if you can't actually access the game yet, but they will need to fix it before the end of today for any PC players. The other thing that we do have on, of course, with these fog events, because we've got the actual event itself, we do also have quests on right now, and you can see it's sort of broken on PC, so I'd highly recommend not doing the quests on PC right now. You probably can do them on mobile, so I will be doing those on mobile in a second. And currently the quests we have 2 pumpkins available in there, and also ×5 spiked insignias, so there is that as well. But just be aware that it is a very, very buggy mess right now. And also we do have ads. And if you want to know what's available in the ads, we do have a paper bag in the ads right now, and we do have fog currency. So you can get additional event currency from there, and you can get an additional event item, but you can't if you're on PC because it doesn't work on PC. So log in on mobile if you can. But anyway, moving on to the actual event guides for players that can log in, I have made 2 maps this time, and they appear to be copy-pastes of old events, but it's sort of like old event format, but with new event item placements. So I'm not sure if it's actually intentional or not, but you can see these maps in the DC event guide section of the Discord server. You can click them, open in browser, and then download them if you want to. But you can access them if you're a member of the server, if you agree to the rules, blah, 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 blah. But a lot of people just come in here to download the maps or the event guides or whatever, which is absolutely fine. So if we take a look at these 2 maps, the first one that I've created is just if you're going for the anonymous dragon only. And so you'll see that I've put down the amount of fog coins you can get from resets, which is 6,000, coins available from quests 400, starting currency of 700, which means that grand total, you can get 7,100 currency without ads, which means that a map like this, you can easily finish it off. And also on top of this, we do have other event items, which you could easily, you know, change the routing slightly. Like there's a couple of pumpkins in the bottom left, a couple of pumpkins in the top right, that you could easily just, you know, change the route to how you want if you want to get them. It depends on which insignias you want as well, but you won't be able to afford the event dragon and the items, I don't think, so I've not made one of those maps yet, but if I do find a way to do it, then I will make a 3rd map and post that into the event guide section. But anyway, let's move on to the second map, because this one you start at the middle, as you can see here, you go down, blah, 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 but that will only get you the dragon and like a couple of pumpkins. The second map is actually for all event items. And this is the one that I would probably recommend to most players, because the total cost is 6,395. You can get all of the event items from this and maybe pick up a few extras, but it's going to depend on your ad luck as well, because if you get 7,100 without ads, maybe you'll get lucky and then you could get the actual dragon and event items. So it's going to depend on a little bit of RNG and as to whether you do all your quests and such. But this one here is going to be the recommendation, at least for most players, to go for the event items. And in this, there are 12 pumpkins available, which means that you could get between 12 and 36 pumpkins just from this fog event. There are also spiked insignias and karma insignias. I've not double checked if the actual insignia values from within the event have changed or not, because I saw someone mentioning that, but this is what it should have been, at least in the previous form of the event, just before the event was actually released. But if that has gone down slightly, I will update in the comments. But this is how you can pick up all of those event items anyway, and it should be easily doable if you log in for all of your resets and you get your starting currency. So As usual with these events, you can just collect all your currency by collecting your gold, and it's easy peasy. Of course, I'm not going to be able to do that on PC right now, but especially with the quests, you will need to be logging in pretty much on the dot if you want to get the final pumpkin, which would mean logging in on mobile instantly right now, which I can't do. So thank you, Social Point, for that. You can always, you know, increase the amount of time that we have for the event. Since you've screwed it up for PC players again, I would also take that, Social Point. But when we're talking about the amount of pumpkin drops, it's going to be very much RNG. And if we take a look at the All Hallows Screams event, in order to finish off the entire event, you need 48 pumpkins. So you're going to get somewhere between 12 and 36 pumpkins just from the fog event, but you'll probably end up averaging around 2 pumpkins per drop, maybe less. So 36 looks very unlikely. 36 would actually get you this event here, plus another paper bag from the ads. That would be 2 out of 4. I can't remember, is there another one in the heroic race as well? But the paper bags are normally the most annoying to guaranteed get, and sometimes you might actually have to gem for those to finish off the final collection. But it's very much usually down to RNG as to whether you can get enough pumpkins from these events. If you do get very lucky with a lot of ×3 drops, and the reason I say ×3 drops is because the pumpkins in the fog event, you can get ×1, ×2, or ×3 from those items. So I'd say whether you can finish this whole collection or not is going to come down to luck. Which, you know, we don't like saying that, but that's how these collections used to be, and it also used to be really difficult to pick up all the event items, but this time it looks like it's actually quite easy. But that assumes that the event has not changed much since the initial form, which it can do. We shall see, anyway. But that is the general gist behind the fog event, and also don't use the buttons during the fog event if you are brand new to fog events, which maybe you've played tons of them, maybe you haven't. Just follow a guide, whether it's mine or someone else's. Don't click any of the buttons, just only go the exact way it says, because otherwise you will waste tons of currency, because it costs currency to go over tiles that you've already stepped on in this event. So you can't really afford to just randomly guess things when you're going through this one. So hopefully you manage to get everything that you want out of this event. Hopefully you get lucky with your pumpkin drops as well. But, you know, it has been a constant slog of bugs again. I guess we'll go and do our Revival Karma Hollow for now to chill us out after that one, but it's getting pretty diabolical with all of these bugs. Like, it's really quite bad. We have not had a single day in like the last week, pretty much, apart from maybe like Monday, Tuesday. I can't remember. I don't think I was playing then either. But it seems like every single day there's been some bug. I mean, first we had the Pegasus skin bug, then we had the Karma quest bug, then we had Pegasus bug, then we had Pegasus bug 2.0. Now we've got this event that literally does not work. It's a pretty diabolical, Social Point. And the problem is when we get bugs on the weekend, either they're going to have to get a guy in to fix it over the weekend, or we just literally won't get an event fix until Monday. So I really do feel for anyone that, you know, can only access the game on mobile, not on mobile, so like on PC only, because like they're not doing anything wrong. They're literally just trying to play the game. And also I will add that with this Wizard's Hollow, which you'll see we've already picked up one of these chests, but the fact that we have just random gem chests available from the blue runes is actually really, really nice. The only reason that I'd be a bit more hesitant with this one, you can always go for a ×5 if you've managed to pick up a chest, because you'll always get the gems back, right? But the only reason I'm a little bit hesitant on this one is because I did just recently buy a new island, and that was like, what is it, 600 and something gems? So if you're in a situation like me where you don't have many gems, obviously you wouldn't normally try and go for the Wizard's Hollow Dragon, but, you know, you could get 100 gems back. But I would say whenever you get these chests, always expect to be getting the ×10 chest, and then anything that you get additionally to that, you know, just take it. Do you think we should try and go for another couple of rooms to 15, or do you think we should dip? I would dip. I would claim this right now and leave. I would claim this right now and leave, but I know that you'll be saying that I should go for the next room, and then if I get a wizard, you'll laugh at me, so I'm going to do it anyway. Because every time I say to people, it's like, oh, should I go for another room or should I not, chat? They always say, yeah, go go for another room. Yeah, every single time, guaranteed. No questions asked. It will always be what they say. Also, we may actually pick up a second chest from doing this, so, you know, it's just the way of the Wizard's Hollow. Should we go for one more chest, see if the game is nice to us, or if it just doesn't give us any blue drops now, then GG, go next, I guess. There we go. So now we've picked up 2 chests. That means that we do get 20 gems back as a minimum, and we've spent 15. So what do you think? I'm gonna err on the side of caution. I've already gone 1 extra set of rooms. Screw you. I'm actually gonna leave this time. I'm gonna do it. Look, we're low on gems right now. We have to be kind about it. We've got 10 back. That's okay. And then what do we get back? Again, another 10. So we made a slight gain, but nothing significant. But you see, if one of those was a times 100, that would have actually been a big payoff. But, you know, it does mean that you have a lot of room to work with on this Wizard's Hollow. And if you've got a lot of gems to work with, well, that's even better, because then you can actually take more risks and potentially get paid out a lot more. But when you're working with less than 200 gems and you're in the middle of a heroic race, well, you don't really have a lot of bargaining power. But I really needed to get this finally purchased. I really did. I've been so desperate for room. I've been deleting my uncommon dragons for so long now. It's been too much. I need to stop deleting my uncommons. They need to go back down again. So that is my reasoning for that. But coming back to the actual events themselves, you know, we've got these quests that are on right now. They can be a pain to log in for, I get that. But we do also have Deetlist and Ditlep that will go through some of the event information for these, and that's what I use to put together guides and such. I do really like the Anonymous Dragon, but I actually like the other dragon even more. Is he actually available in the game yet? No, it doesn't look like he's available in the game yet, so I'm not going to show you him, but all I'm saying is Static Screams is like the cutest little boy ever, so I am 100% going for him when I can. But yeah, I really hope that they fix the ads issue for PC players and also the events issue for PC players. I know that they fixed these events before after just a few hours, so maybe we will get a fix for it shortly, but it's leaving a hell of a lot to be desired right now. The other thing that we do have on right now is actually the Summon Happy Hour, because if we check in the in-game news section for all the latest updates and everything, you'll see that we do actually have Perks Happy Hour, we've got the currently ongoing leaderboard event, but mainly Summoning Happy Hour, which is an appealing time for a lot of players, because either they'll be looking to summon a spiked dragon right now, depending on their drops, or, as you can see here, we could use this opportunity to summon 3 heroic VIPs if we wanted to. And of course, we could also gem these and then skip them and get them, but again, we're running low on gems now. I finally clicked the button. Do I regret it, doing it with so few extra gems at present? No, because otherwise I would have spent it on something else. And sometimes the desperation of a new island must come before other things, so I'll probably end up summoning one of these heroic VIPs. The other 2 there, Hi White Tip, I was due to do some trades with someone, but I think they've left the game now, so I don't think that's going to happen, so I'll probably have to trade for him. But we have a few options for big dragons that we can get. Of course, we do also have some legends like Skeletal Extractor, we've got Ascendeds, we've got Arcana Fool as well, so we've got some options for dragons. And then we do also have Karmas that we need to summon as well. So basically, we got tons of stuff that needs to be summoned currently. It's getting kind of wild. Not enough Joker orbs, it's that simple. But I guess we'll continue on with our heroic race. I'm just grinding that out very, very not diligently the last 2 days because I've been too busy. But the weekend is the primary time for heroic race grinding. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna go to 18 this time. I did for Venom Fang. We managed that, but then I couldn't be around for the heroic quest anyway. So if you actually look at how many orbs I have for Venom Fang, I have like tons of orbs for him now because I didn't actually empower him past E1 because, again, I couldn't do his quests. But it does mean that we can always use these either to empower him a little bit. I do like his design. Again, we do have the skin for him, so we might as well pop that bad boy on. Please, there we go. But you can also use these orbs for trading, and trading is a really, really big thing as well, especially considering the fact that if we look at some of my heroics right now, we have, well, actually, it'd be easier to just search for them manually, like Cinco. We are very close to being able to E5 her. Tons and tons of dragons that I have very close to E5. We do also have all the guard dragons as well. So we're at that stage, and these mini events with their little mini collections with Joker Orb drops and that, they do help quite significantly. So whenever you can get any bonus Jokers, even if it's ×5, if you get like 50 ×5, well, that's quite a lot of orbs, isn't it? So we'll keep grinding these out, see what we get, hoping for some pumpkins, but I'm not holding my breath too much. Plus at this stage, considering how many bugs there are, how long before people's accounts just get deleted and muted forever? That's a bit of an exaggeration, but unironically, some people right now are actually locked out of their accounts from being able to trade, from being able to do pretty much anything significant in the game after that Pegasus bug. So don't say it's too crazy of a claim, because genuinely some people can't really play the game right now. So imagine if you're a PC player that also had that Pegasus taken away from them, and now you can't trade either. So you don't get an event, you don't get ads, you can't trade. Oh dearie me, it's bad times. This week has been a very, very bad time for this game, but I'm gonna keep collecting stuff because collecting doesn't really cost too much. I'll get to rehashing some of these dragons that, you know, I had to sell at one point or another. We still have a couple of dragons that need to be collected in general, like little Sensei here, but he's available in rescue. So eventually we'll get more and more and more of them. I just don't have the room, so I had to slow down on the collecting for quite a while, which is a different issue in itself. Why the island's still so bloody expensive considering how many dragons there are in the game now. Like, seriously, there needs to be a reduction in the island costs, and not just on sale. It needs to be on sale, on sale. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's me for today. Like I said, if you do want the event guides, feel free to jump into the DC event guide section and download them. But, you know, overall, I do like the new dragons. I really love this dragon here that I'm not going to show you yet today because he's not officially out yet. But I do love some of these designs, which is why it sucks when things don't work, because, like, I just want them to work. I want them to work so that we can collect these things, but we can't collect these things when nothing is working. Anyway, let's see if we get another bug on Sunday.